Once again, welcome everyone who have come for the wedding of Joshua and Kakul. So St. Mary's Required Syrian Orthodox Cathedral Church, on behalf of Rachel Kalma Rambachan and all Achan and all people of this church, especially on behalf of the families of Joshua and Kakul as well. I hope both of you are okay. And marriage is always gives butterflies in the stomach. I think being on the other side, I can say that at one point of time I was on that side. It gave me butterflies that day. It still gives me butterflies to conduct weddings every single time I do it. It's good because I'm always on your toes to do that. I'd like to share two things with you on this very important day of your wedding. Number one, marriage is believing in oneself. Marriage is a big decision. It's something that should not be left with others. One should take great interest in it and back one's decision. But that self-belief is very important. Self-belief is sometimes interpreted in our culture and society as pride and overconfidence. So no big decisions are made because of the fear that it could backfire and the support of family and the community would be lost. But such marriages could break at any time because the decision to get married is not based on the love we have for that person, but on other factors. The fear of something is not a viable model for a successful marriage. Only an individual knows what he or she is capable of. The individual knows the success and failure experienced by him or her till marriage in their life. We should die only once in life, instead of dying every single day. We should fail, but should have the confidence to get up and stand again. So the belief in ourselves should be sky high, and we should be able to believe in and back the decision we have made. This self-belief is what made Jesus remark to those who told him, "Your mother and brother are waiting outside to see you." He replied, Who are my mother and my brothers? Those who do the will of God are my mother and my brothers. Jesus would have been seen as arrogant and rude by those who were there. Jesus didn't care about that. He was sure about the love he had for his mother and for his earthly family. He was not bothered to prove anything to anyone. Rather, he was interested in their soul, that they depended and believed in God and not in customs and traditions. Jesus loved his mother very much, but he did not allow that to determine and influence his decisions. His mother also knew that he would never insult or belittle her. Joshua and Kakul, please stop crying. Being in an interfaith marriage is not easy. You have to believe in yourself and your skills. You have to believe that your family constitutes of those people who do the will of God, God's love and God's compassion. That doesn't mean that you should ignore your own family. They are your flesh and blood. You should try your best to care for them and love them. But if it doesn't work out for a short or long period, you should leave it and try again later. Their accepting you does not define who you are as an individual. And if someone does not accept you, tough luck for them. For the information of all parents here, India will become very soon, like other countries, The marriage rate will come down. BBC did a feature on marriage buddies in China. Two people come to an arrangement to get married for the sake of their parents, but who then live their individual lives only to come together for official family programs. If we are ashamed of our children, there will come a day when we will feel ashamed of ourselves. Joshua and Kakul, both of you are into IT consulting and have your own sets of hobbies, likes, and skills. You should feel confident about yourselves and trust the grace and providence of God. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't be patient with others. Being patient is a skill which comes with age, experience, faith, and exposure. It also makes you a stronger and a better human being. Being understanding and patient is not a defeat, but a victory which will only do you better in the days to come. Secondly, marriage is believing in one's partner. Joshua, you have to believe in Kakul. In Kakul, you should believe in Joshua. You should back your decision and love each other for the rest of your life. Believing in your partner means you shouldn't work towards changing your partner, but should continue to believe in their capabilities. If you want to change them, it means that you don't trust in their capabilities and want to change the other person. That's not desirable and good. You know each other and have spent reasonable time talking to one another and understanding each other. From tomorrow, you have to work on making your belief in one another count. There are so many interfaith couples in India, much more than a decade or two ago. The success rate of such marriages in society and the reality of such marriages is on the rise. I was checking the India Love Project, an undertaking which helps interfaith couples come across many issues that interfaith couples face, and came across many issues that interfaith couples face. They're getting used to haters and their comments, dealing with parents, proving themselves before society, being called impure, not being invited for family functions, and living in fear. Don't worry, even if you're not invited, I'll invite you. In the midst of all this, having belief in your partner matters a lot, Joshua and Kakul. And it matters to tell each other that you believe in one another and to strengthen the other through your words, actions, and presence. It is not to replace someone else, but to value the person you love. You also have to deal with people associating you with your religion and not being able to look inside your heart because their mind is clouded with thoughts of their perception of your religion. People have misconceptions about each other till they spend time with one another and talk and understand one another. Religion is going to be one contentious issue in your marriage. Who is right and wrong, good and bad, acceptable and non-acceptable. But that doesn't mean that religion is bad, because then I and the priests here would be bad people, wouldn't we? What is bad is the wrong interpretation of religion. Putting words in the mouth of others and making religion into something which is very conservative is done by certain people for ulterior motives. You have to have the maturity and the strength to reject wrong interpretations about God and religion and accept good and correct interpretations about God and religion. St. Paul in his first letter to the Corinthians, chapter 7, verse 14 writes, "For the unbelieving husband is made holy through his wife, and the unbelieving wife is made holy through her husband." And in verse 16 he says, "Wife, for all you know, you might save your husband."
And as the husband, for all you know, you might say to your wife, you two know each other the best, Joshua and Kakul. Parents know their children, but not after a certain point of time. So you have to show us the belief you have in one another by living your life in a happy and peaceful manner. Your parents shouldn't be burdened too much because this is not their decision, but yours. I know Joshua's parents, Matthew said, Prem, as we call him, and Marlin Chechi. Matthew was the former secretary of this church, and Marlin is God-fearing. As a family, they have been faithful to God. Joshua's grandfather, I remember him very fondly at this point of time. Grandfather Philip Uncle served the altar, this altar, with great vigor. I'm sure that Kakul's parents are very nice and sweet. They have, after all, brought up a very wonderful daughter, haven't they? Let me also take this opportunity to again welcome Kakul's family at this point of time. Wider family, friends, everyone. Joshua and Kakul, God has called you to live together in love and harmony. You should accept God's call with faithfulness and live happily ever after, whatever the challenges life throws at you. You have to believe in yourself and in one another, respecting each other's beliefs, community, upbringing, and struggles. Be kind, loving, compassionate, and understanding. May God, who is love, bless your coming together and strengthen you to live your lives happily ever after. May God bless you. May God bless this congregation and all of you who have come here, taking your time out.